What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Grizzly Books True Crime. My name is Gisela K. Welcome to all the channel members. Welcome, everybody. I see you guys were already waiting here for a little while. Thank you so much. And I just read some of the comments, so I just thought I'd quickly kick off by saying, yes, I know about the Ford emblem being upside down. Yeah, I saw that on their van life video. Can you all hear me okay? It looks like the sound is working okay this side. Welcome to all my mods. Maptime, Stefan says. Maptime it is. So, I want to just kick off with this. First, I want to welcome again all my mods. This is the Grizzly mod squad. They've got their own merch range. Of course, you guys can buy it as well. Any proceeds from my merch from now until the 31st of October will go to the Gabby Petito Fund. So far, we've raised $118. That means 118 items were sold, which is amazing because I only set up my profit margin for $1 so that you can all easily afford it and at the same time contribute towards the Gabby Petito Foundation. Then, hold on one second, please. I want to thank every subscriber and viewer. You make me smile every single day. Thank you to all the super chat and super sticker supporters. I appreciate every single one of you, and I always read your messages. Thank you so much to every channel member for your support. You're amazing. Thanks for the coffees. You keep me going. I read every message. I'm so grateful for you. And thank you for all your PayPal donations. I read your messages and I'm so grateful for your support. So, welcome all the mods in the house. Welcome. Thank you so much for moderating the chat. Thank you again, as I just say, for the super chat, super stickers. And now we begin with map time. So let me take this social media sticker off. Most of you have found me there. I'm sorry if I can't keep up with following you all back. I'm going to put myself like this, and I've got a timeline here that I've prepared for you guys. Thank you so much. I just see all your compliments. The merch, all the links are in the description box. It's on Teespring, so it's Grizzly Books. I'm sure the mods will put the link in there for you at some stage. It's also in the description box of the video. So, I prepared a timeline for you. It's a little bit different because it includes a lot of elements which may or may not be connected to this case. So I thought for once we could look at the possibility. So I'm going to be speculating tonight and just looking at what was happening in the area at the time. Okay, so we're at map time. Now, if you look at this, this is the first point out of number 13. I've made 13 points for you guys tonight. We're starting off with this Larned State Hospital. I don't know if you guys know why, but I'm going to tell you now. First, I want to back it right up to 2020. On August the 30th, 2020, Kylen and Crystal finished their very own van life conversion. So they decided they want to live out of their van from now on. They don't want to live in a house. And so they converted their van. They had a van, they had a Kia as well, and a Harley Davidson. Thank you. So now we go to 2021. I first want to just clear up that on April the 15th, a man by the name of Charles Mock was attacked and killed by a grizzly bear. It wasn't one of ours, okay? We're Grizzly Books True Crime over here. I promise you, nothing to do with it. But a man called Charles Mock was attacked and killed by a grizzly bear just outside of Yellowstone Park. The reason I'm saying that on April 15th of this year is it's got nothing to do with the case, in case any one of you think like, wait a minute, wasn't there another body found? Because now tonight, what we're doing with map time is looking where were all the other bodies found? Are they in any way related? Possibly, speculatively, even though the authorities have said no, they still have no suspects for, to public knowledge, for Kylen and Crystal's murders. And we don't yet know how a new body that was found, Robert Lowry, died. We don't yet know. So, if we look April 15th this year, Charles Mock was mauled by a grizzly bear. He was apparently, I think he was a guard there, and he was fishing by himself. And the bear was actually just trying to protect a moose carcass. And the guy got too close to him and the bear attacked him. Now, on April 20th of this year, Kylen and Crystal got married in a tree house in Arkansas. I must remember not to say Arkansas. It's Arkansas. Now, why are we here at Lawrence State Hospital? John Freeman Colt escaped from this hospital on June 30th this year, okay, in Kansas. The U.S. Marshals Service said Colt was initially sentenced to 5 years in the state prison in December 2001 for aggravated, trigger words, battery, attempted R-word, aggravated burglary, and 4 counts of aggravated battery against law enforcement. Colt was required to register as a offender for the rest of his life, and after his criminal sentence, Kansas courts deemed him a sexually violent predator at a high risk to commit a future sex offense and too dangerous to be released. So this was a very dangerous dude. And he escaped from this state hospital, possibly with the help of an employee. I see you guys are all from here, from all over the world. Welcome. He escaped from this state hospital posing as a doctor. Can you believe that? Like, wow. I actually just want to see. Sorry, just 1 second. I just want to see. Yeah, see, I didn't put those slides here. Damn, hold on. I had a slide for you of this guy because he is so disturbingly dangerous. And he, as I say, escaped there. I just want to see 1 second. Here. I'll show you. This is the man that I'm talking about. John Freeman Coleman escapes June 30th, arrested in Utah in September. So this is the man that we're talking about. You can see him there. On the left-hand side of this picture, you can see how he was like, I think they got him on footage there. He was dressing up as a doctor. He got through 5 locked doors and literally asked for directions. He said, "Oh, I'm a new doctor here. Can you help me out?" Can you imagine? This guy escaped from, it sounds like a movie. He actually got out of this mental facility. So, he was going from Kansas all the way to Utah, which is why he's part of this story tonight, okay? You with me? So, I'll take him off again. I think you've seen him now. Now, we go. Here we go. We're going to Maptime. We're taking a journey west. Got the Mesa Arch. Yes, we know about this Mesa Arch. Yeah, that's the body cam point next. Okay. So we got the Mesa Arch, which we know all about. Okay, that they were there. Gabby and Brian were there. Now, if we go to the next point, this is the point at which, sorry, I hope this doesn't distract anyone, that it's triggering for anyone. What's up, Claire? This is the point where Gabby and Brian was stopped with the body cam footage, which has been very difficult to watch. Thank you all for your messages and telling me that I need a timeout. I need to take some time for myself. I might do that tomorrow. I'm planning to do that tomorrow, depending on the news, though. But this is the point where you can see, I'm sure you could recognize it if you just look at it, right? So that is the point where they were stopped. So I just want to show you in relation. Here's the Arches National Park Visitor Center. So you can see that. The body cam point is right there. You see it? Yeah. Yeah, Marianne, I was busy checking it out. I haven't heard it yet. If you got a timestamp, send me that. But see, here's Moab. And this is the body cam point, okay? So you got it? We're good? Then, next up, that is where, I just want to see on this table of contents, hold on. Should have put the moonflower in, but we know where that is from last time, hold on. So, if we look, where this is where the body cam point was, and this is the exact location where Kylen and Crystal were found. Okay, so on August 12th, what happened there was that Gabby and Brian were at Moonflower, as we know. Brian said from 9 until 3. And ironically, from what I've read now, that is when Kylen's shift was. Kylen worked at Moonflower. People said that she left half an hour before they got there, but they were there all day. So Moonflower, and it was the Moab police body cam footage. And then on August 13th, Kylen and Crystal were last seen alive at Woody's Tavern. Remember that? We looked at that in the last map time. So then on August 15th, Kylen and Crystal are no-shows at work and both managers are concerned. So Kylen worked at the Moonflower Co-op. If you go to the Instagram page, which I've shown you before, which they were selling melons on that day, like as in advertising melons on that day. That was ironic. But Kylen worked at the Moonflower Co-op and Crystal worked right there at the McDonald's. And they used to park their van there, their Kia there, and their Harley Davidson there. So on August 13th, they're at Woody's Tavern. I've got the CCTV footage, which we can look at later if you want. There's not too much to see there, but it's the last footage of them alive. So they were at Woody's Tavern and they were saying, yeah, they want to go camp in this area. And they were telling their friends that there's like a creepy man hanging around, you know, and it's just weird, but they're going, you know, to sleep there for the night. And they weren't seen again. So on August 15th, Kylen and Crystal no shows at work, both managers concerned. On August 16th, Kylen and Crystal still no shows at work, and the police are called to report them missing. I'm just making sure I don't miss something here. If I miss something, I'm really sorry. I'm just busy with a presentation, but I will see all these super chats and super stickers after, and I'm so, so grateful. Thank you very much. Email. Send the links on email. All right, so Kylen and Crystal were always at work. So their managers already on day one were like, what is going on? Why are they both not here? And then when they again didn't go to work, they were like, there's something wrong. So they called the police and they reported them missing. On August 17th, Kylen and Crystal's van and Harley were parked in Moab and they'd gone camping with their Kia and a tent. Now, here I put this in brackets because Brian, I'm still trying to figure this out. Allegedly, he went to Florida between the 17th and the 23rd. This is speculative. When I first heard about this case, before I even started doing this on this channel, that was reported as like, that is what reporters were saying. And that's what actually piqued my interest is like, so this guy was doing van life with his fiance and then there was the police footage, the body cam footage, and then he went home. I didn't get it. I still don't get it. And now it's almost like it's just gone, it's just major speculation now. So I don't know what happened in that time, but allegedly, if you think about it, Kylen and Crystal went camping. They were never seen again. This is why I'm just speculating tonight. Could he be involved at all? That's such a cool sticker. So allegedly goes home from the 17th to the 23rd. Now on August 18th, Kylen and Crystal were discovered by Cindy Sue Hunter. If you haven't seen the interview yet, I can show you just now. Kylen and Crystal were discovered by her near their campsite. And they also had a bunny with them called Ruth. And Ruth, just so you know, I always worry about the animals as well. Ruth was found alive and Ruth has been rehomed. I hope my whole timeline is making sense, but we're going methodically from the top down, okay? Are you picturing it? We're going with the maps. Okay. So, one second again. I just want to see what's the next point. Yeah, the next point is the Fairfield Inn and Suites. So, Brian allegedly goes there. 18th, Kylen and Crystal are discovered. Now, on August 19th, okay, we're going to piece this all together. Robert Lowry flew to, are you ready? Jackson Hole. Do you remember how Brian freaked out about Jackson Hole on August 29th? Just saying, Robert Lowry flew to Jackson Hole to hike the Black Canyon Trail. On August 19th, Gabby's Instagram post also had no location tags, and it sounded a lot like Brian. On August 20th, okay, Robert Lowry was last seen alive, like no one knew what happened to him. On August 21st, Gabby's dad ordered her Domino's pizza because there was a power outage due to a fire, I believe, at Fairfield Inn and Suites. I'm just checking. We don't know where. Hello to Lieutenant Peter Pronzo in the house. Body cam. Brian says they were at Moonflower between 9 and 3 Kylen's shift. We don't know where Gabby and Brian were from 1 to 4. Oh yeah, from 13 to 16. Exactly. Yes. So, Robert Lowry last seen on August 20th, and on August 21st, Gabby's dad ordered her the Domino's pizza, right? Which she apparently even FaceTimed to like show him, look, I'm having the pizza and thank you so much. So to me, that doesn't sound like Brian was there, because she said she was struggling to order her own food. She needed her dad's help, and so they ordered the pizza for her, and she was on FaceTime with them. That's what the dad said. So I'm just like, doesn't sound like Brian was with her. On August 24th, Gabby was seen checking out of the Fairfield Inn and Suites. So let's go there. There it is. Okay, I'll always show you like this so you can see it, and then I'll zoom out so you just get the perspective. So you know where we were now, following the timeline. This map I built with a timeline, okay? So we've got the body cam point, we've got where Kylen and Crystal are, we've got the Mesa Arch, and this is now on the August 24th. Gabby was seen checking out of the Fairfield Inn and Suites, even though the manager now says, I don't know anything about that. So that's interesting. On August 25th, Gabby FaceTimes her mother. Her mom said she sounded okay, but that she wasn't sure where her daughter's relationship was going with Brian. And then on August 25th, a potential witness saw the van near Jenny Lake. Yes, near Jenny Lake, which is way up there. I don't want to spoil the fun here. Hold on. I think it's down here somewhere. That's Phelps Lake. Jenny Lake is somewhere down here. But they say on the 25th, a potential witness saw them near Jenny Lake. Then on August 26th, there was a Happy Halloween post, which we know about. On the same day, witness Jessica Schultz says that she saw Brian parking the van in an undesignated spot at the creek. She said he was alone. Now we go here to the Mary Piglet's Mexican Grill. This one. On August 27th, Gabby and Brian were seen at this Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant around 1 p.m. Gabby was crying. Brian was fighting with a hostess. Man, that plane trip. I wish I could confirm that plane trip. That time from the August 17th to 23rd, big mystery to me. To everyone, I'm sure. So there they were on August 27th. Now on August 27th, Red, White, and Bethune spotted, remember the dash cam couple? They spotted the van parked, and they said it looked abandoned. So that's where that word started going around. They said it looked abandoned, looked dark, it was weird, like they saw it. That was the same day, okay? And then on August 29th, 2 witnesses describe giving Brian a ride from Coulter Bay Village to Spread Creek. So if we look at the next place, we go here to Coulter Bay Village. Right? We're looking at it. I'm piecing it all for you. So there we've got Coulter Bay Village, Jackson Lake Dam. This is where Brian was dropped off. He was freaking out about going to Jackson Hole. And then on August 30th was the message, no service in Yosemite. Now on September 1st, the van arrives in Northport, Florida around 10:36 a.m. Brian confirmed by his attorney to have passed by Cassie's house on the same day. So if you missed that video, go check it out. Wow. So he actually went past her house on the same day. And then September 6th to the 8th, the family was camping at Fort DeSoto, as we know. And so we go. So what I wanted to say here, if we look at the next point, right, we've got Coulter Bay where Brian was dropped off, and then we've got the entrance to the campsite, which is right there. Can you see how it's quite close-ish, you know? It's like he was dropped off there, hiking around, hitchhiking. That's the entrance to the campsite. This is where the van was found and where Gabby was found. Wow. Okay. And then what I want to say is Wilson. Hold on. Wilson. This right here is where Robert Lowry was last seen alive and where his body was found. Okay, that was on September 28th. Robert Lowry's remains were found. We are yet to determine how he died. But the last time he was seen, as I said, was on August 20th. So that is interesting. He flew into Jackson Hole, and he went to Wilson, and he was found around here. So if we really look at that and we're to really speculate, it's not that far off. I mean, there's the restaurant where they were seen on the 27th, so it's not the same day. It's August 20th. It's just that everything is around this area, if you think about it. Yeah, that's what I was saying, James. There was a fire at a hotel. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Peter Pranzo. So I just found it, I actually got like the chills when I did this map at first, because I'm like, okay, so there's another body that was found, Robert Lowry. Where was it? And when I saw how close this all was, especially with Jackson is the area where the Mary Piglets Mexican Grill was, where Gabby was last seen alive, then you can see how close this body really was, which is so weird. So he was last seen alive August 20th, discovered only on September 28th. So thanks to the light being shone on this area with this case, they found Robert Lowry. But his family finds everything there very strange. Now, the one speculation I want to make, just one, okay? There's a few. But I just want to say that Robert Lowry was found with a black Nike duffel bag, and in it was a tent. I don't know. I'm just saying, I haven't seen what happened to Gabby and Brian's tent. I've also been re-watching their van footage in super slow-mo, and I really feel like Gabby slept in the tent and Brian slept in the van wherever they went. Let me know what you think. I just think, when I looked at it, I'm like, it just really looks that way. And we don't know yet. We don't have the autopsy results yet. But if Brian did something to Gabby in the tent, rolled her up in the tent, or that black bag on top, or something like that, that is so scary. But either that, or he took the tent along with him. And I'm just saying, what if he's got this guy's card? What if this guy's got his tent? If he's like switching our tents? We just don't know at this point. There's still much more information to come out, and of course I'll keep you posted. Whoa. So yeah, and then Trail Creek Nordic Center, that was my final point. That was there. This is where he was found. Like right here at the base of this pass. So they say at the base of the pass on a steep slope. So around here, I mean, look here, it says Glory Slide. So weird, right? I find that just, it still traumatizes me right now, honestly. And my core starts shaking like this when I feel my gut instinct is like screaming at me. And I don't know, I know the dates don't match up exactly, unless Brian didn't go to Florida. Yes, I think he would sleep in the hammock. I do think he would sleep in the hammock. Hypothermia hasn't been confirmed yet. They say they assume it's hypothermia, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. So what do you guys think of this? Like, I just find, look at all these points that are just so close, as well as these points. And I just also want to add the following, because I do want to shine light. I mean, wow, of course we want justice for Gabby. We want justice for every victim of crime, every victim that has been gone missing and that has been murdered. And Kylen and Crystal were murdered. They were found, trigger warning, they were found naked from the waist down, lots of gunshot wounds. And if you look at where they were found, I'll show you exactly. I have a friend who lives in the area and drove there and sent me pictures of where and what. And this is why I know this is the exact location. Okay, this is the exact location. Now this creek over here, Kylen was found in the creek. It's only 2 foot wide. It's only 2 foot wide. Just know, if I can't keep up with this, I will watch the replay and check out your messages later, okay? I don't want you guys to feel like I ignore you. I'm just busy with the presentation. I'm checking it out. But yes, this is exactly where they were found. Right where this van is, this is not their van, but that's where they were parked. With their Kia and a tent, and they had the bunny with them. And Kylen was found in the creek, and Crystal was found a little bit away from the car, somewhere not in the creek, just a little, not, it's still close to the car, but it sounded like on the opposite side, not in the water. So that is so horrible, right? Isn't it? Shouldn't be easy to find documentation. It should be so easy, but of course the FBI will know this information. It's just not publicly available. So as we know, wait 1 second, don't let me forget this, don't let me lose my train of thought. Watch this. So Kylen and Crystal, that is where they were camping, that is where they were found. This is, what is it called now? The Whispering Oaks, is that what it's called? Whispering Oaks Lodge? A wedding was here. A wedding happened here. And the window of this place pretty much, I know it's far-ish here, it's far, but it looks kind of, this whole place looks over the campsite. They're saying from some spots you could spot some areas of this sort of camping area. There were 100 guests there for Friday and Saturday. It's weird, right? And on top of that, that witness, the TikToker who came forward that said she saw Brian and Gabby at the Mexican restaurant, or the Mary Piglet's restaurant. She was at this wedding right here. Now, if we were to speculate wildly, yes, what if Brian was a narcissist? And what if he got really angry about his image being completely, and his ego being completely destroyed by the body cam footage and everyone watching and the whole scene that was created from them fighting? That was on the 12th, but also on the 27th at the restaurant when he's marching in and out, you could see there he was fighting with a hostess based on witness reports. Okay? He was fighting with a hostess, which means he's not just confrontational with Gabby, he's confrontational with anyone, but just not the police when they pulled him over. There he was very well behaved. So, what if Brian really was that upset? We don't know what happened. He was taken to the motel. We don't know if they reunited. We don't know if he took the van and went to get revenge on Kylen and Crystal. We don't know that yet. I know the authorities have said these murders are not linked. I'm just finding the locations quite strangely close to everywhere where they were. You know, if you look at it. I mean, there's the picture frame arch. Oh, so here's Moab. We don't know. It's not such a far drive to get up here. And did you know that Gabby has she pinned 2 places on the Dirt app where they wanted to camp, which was right here. There was like one, I think, down here and one over here. So that is interesting as well. If I'm missing any action, your timeline is missing some evidence and 2 of the witnesses lied because some evidence still wasn't released yet. It's just it's a speculative timeline right now to see if this is matching at all. But feel free. Wait, Lone Wolf, right? Yeah, send me an email. So Gabby and Brian did know about these spots. And they also were there at the end of July around this area, camping around this area already. So Brian knew the spot pretty well. I'm just saying. Just speculating. Merely speculating. Okay. So just to complete this, I just want to say September 6th to the 8th, of course, Brian, the Laundries, they went camping at Fort DeSoto. It's confirmed that Cassie was also there. September 10th, the neighbors report Laundries going camping around this time, which is weird because that is what the neighbors said, which is why we all pinned it on the 10th, 11th, and 12th. So they were probably just going back and forth, the Laundries. And then September 11th, Gabby's mother reports her missing. September 17th, the Grand County Sheriff issues a press release that Gabby Petito's case is not related to Kylen and Crystal's case. September 18th, Gabby's remains were found. September 27th, okay, that's just like, whoa, like a few days ago. John Freeman Colt is caught and arrested in Utah. Really? Downtown Trina. Okay, that's news to me. Okay. So September 28th then, Robert Lowry's remains were found. So Sean Paul Schulte, Kylen's dad, has been at Swanee Park every day, hoping that someone will be able to help him solve his daughter and his daughter-in-law's tragic murders. He calls it his clue booth. Every day, 7 days a week, he's been there. So I really hope that we can get justice for them as well. This needs to be solved too. You know? This is horrendous what happened to them. I just want to quickly see. Yeah, so we saw that. I did also make a slide for them. And now where is it? Excuse me for 1 second. Yeah, there we go. We want justice for Kylen, Schulte, and Crystal Turner as well. So if you have any information, of course, also call the FBI. They say the FBI is very much involved. So they're not working on it every day from what I gather. It's local law enforcement. But if you know anything, if you saw anything, if you live in this area, of which there's a few of you who do, we do need justice for them as well. We should focus on the wedding of the two girls. Who was there? I know, right? Well, it's not the wedding of the two girls, right? It was a wedding at that lodge right here where 100 people were. So I just wonder why don't they get like a guest list? See who was there exactly. Like, ask them all. You know, did you see anything? Did you hear anything? Because it's so close to where they were. So this is a picture of them. I'm just going to take it off for a second. This lodge is so close to where they were. Can you see how close that is? Damn, you just like walk down here or just quick drive. There we go. There they were. It's insane. A lot of wedding guests here got to be questioned. How did they catch John Colt? Tip from an attorney protecting client or actual boots on the ground? It was a witness, I believe, saw him like driving past on his motorbike and called the police, and then the police chased him down and got him. Right? So, now I want to show you, so much to show you, so much to share. This. Just hold on 1 second. Let's do this. Let's make it real nice for you. If you haven't seen this yet, I won't play you the whole interview. I'm going to play you a portion of it so you can see. It's from the Pascal show. Go check it out there. His name Pascal? He interviewed this Cindy Sue Hunter, who is the person, boots on the ground, both thighs out there, carving it up, literally looking for the girls. The police were at the campsite. They were looking for the girls, but then they couldn't find them and just sort of stopped. And this lady was like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to find them. And she said she spent 5 hours out there, and within 5 hours she found them and then called the police. Yeah, any pictures at the wedding, right? Yeah. Okay. The restaurant's holding more information about Brian and Gabby being there. So have a look at this. We'll just go back 1 second here. So the Pascal show, go check it out.
To their campsite. And when I got down there, I realized I didn't know what model of a Kia they had. And so I didn't want to assume I had found their campsite. But there were no people around. And so I saw a pet carrier inside of a black, like a dog pen, sitting on the ground. And so I walked over to the car.
Shame. So she came across a car, she came across a bunny pen and like food, and the bunny's there, and she's like, what is going on in this
car
scene?
First, and I think the car first. I honestly don't remember. It's in my statement that I gave the police. But I saw bunny hay and bunny food and stuff, and so then
Nando, I have a lot of people submitting timelines to me, but thank you so much. Please do keep doing it. I'm just inundated with emails. Gabby pinned the Porcupine Campground, which is not far from LaSalle. Absolutely. It's really not far from that. Also, where did Gabby camp with the van after the 12th? I agree. I agree. Now, what's going on here?
over to the tent, and I peeked in the tent, and there was no one in the tent. And I walked over to the bunny, and I told the bunny that I was really sorry I couldn't remember her name, and that I couldn't help her yet because I didn't
This lady is very traumatized by what she saw and found.
know if I was in a crime scene or not. I didn't know what I had walked into.
Yeah.
And so I was apologizing to this little bunny because I could see she didn't have any food. She didn't have any water. The carrier that she in was really, really small.
Shame. The bunny also was just stuck there the whole time. The bunny's been rehomed, as we know. And thank you to this lady, Cindy Sue Hunter, for going out there, getting, I just want to see this, getting out there and looking, actively looking without fail, trusting her gut instinct. She said she just felt she knew where to go, and finding these women. Yeah, I've seen those interviews with the two girls' father. You and him are the only ones that are keeping this alive. Yeah, I would love to get in touch with him. I just don't see an email address on his channel. But hey, if you guys are in touch with him, please let him know. That would be amazing.
Enough room for her to turn around. And it was just filthy. And I just felt really bad. And I knew there was nothing I could do for the bunny. Meanwhile, you have to know I'm on the phone with the police the whole time.
Right, right.
Literally out there, carving it up with just trying to find them. Like, I was carving it up, I just mean like going out there, actively pursuing, like, I will find them. And she really did. Thank you so much.
And my phone is still working in these mountains that it has never worked in.
That's so wild. That's so wild. So
January of 2016, it has never worked here.
Higher power was watching. Must have been.
All day, yes.
So I would encourage you to go and check this interview out on the Pascal Show. I don't link it now, but it's just type in the Pascal Show or I found Kylen. I'll show you here, so that you can go and give this creator all the credit that he deserves for doing this interview. I mean, I would love to interview Cindy Sue. That would be amazing. So this is the interview, okay? Did Kylen say something to Brian and Gabby if there was an altercation? I mean, maybe. That's the speculation. I mean, they crossed paths on the 12th. And you could see on the body cam footage when the police told Gabby, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. There were 2 witnesses. She was like, oh, no. You know, she was very like, no, 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 no. Because I think, I'm speculating, but I think she feared Brian and his reaction. You could just see she's like, oh man, like 2 witnesses. So he must have been super angry by speculation. And he might have gone back there. I mean, Kylen and Crystal parked all their cars right there at the McDonald's in Moab. And I mean, the Moonflower Co-op, do you remember how close that was to the... Do you remember how close that was to the Bowen Motel? I'll show you again if you want. Bowen Motel. Look at this. So there's the body cam point. I hope you can see nicely. Okay, body cam point, Bowen Motel. And if we, that's where Brian was checked into for the night. And right here is the Moonflower Co-op. Literally this close. 7-minute walk, within walking distance. So I just found that very interesting. I also want to show you this. This is Kylen's dad, and he's really looking for clues. He's asking anyone who knows anything. So if any of you live in the area or close by and you see anything or you know anything, please either get in touch with him or get in touch with the FBI, the law enforcement, whatever you can do. We also want justice for, sorry, for this size. We also want justice for Kylen and Crystal. Welcome to the Forest Grizzlies, yeah.
4 or 5 of them were not really good clues.
He takes the clues and calls them in to either the Grand County Sheriff's Office or the FBI tip line. With no publicly named suspect or significant update from law enforcement over the past few weeks, Sean Paul doesn't want this case to go cold.
I want everyone, I want the hikers, the bikers, the jeepers, I want everyone to think and double check your dash cam and remember the girls were missing on the 13th of August and found on the 18th of August. So let's focus on the mountain during those times.
Yes. Right? So this is the dad. I mean, he's just absolutely committed to it. Now, the one thing I want to say is when you look at Cassie Laundrie's ABC interview transcripts, I've typed them all out because it's actually been taken down. The article, I couldn't find them anymore. So thank you so much to those of you who sent me the transcripts. I really appreciate it, with screenshots that you saved. You guys are amazing. Like, this community, you guys are all detectives. You're really, really great. So I'm just going to put this here for a second. I know you like the map time. Actually, let's make it look very nice like this. Okay, I'll make myself a little bigger. Too big. What's up? So I'm going to put my logo there. Okay. The one thing, when you look at Cassie Laundrie's interview, right? You know, the one where she's like, didn't talk to him, I just want to talk to him. There was just one moment in this interview where I thought, maybe Brian did go home, because she said, okay, just hold on one second. They were asking about Brian's behavior. Okay. Wait. I'm sorry. I've got all these things. I like Maptime. You like Maptime? I guess Maptime is a thing on this channel now, huh? She just alluded to, oh yeah, Brian usually flies home, and then she stopped herself. Hold on. We've got that. It was just one word. I was like, why would she say that? Hold on. She said he usually would just fly home. Oh yeah, no, I don't want to say that. And they're like, no problem, no problem. Okay, so they said this. The interviewer said, did you know the van was back and then it goes inaudible, and then she said no. And then the interviewer said, so you didn't know he came back without the... And then the answer that Cassie gave was, I assumed he flew back because that's what he did when he is... Actually, I don't want to say that. That's what she said. She said, I assumed he flew back because that's what he did when he is... Actually, I don't want to say that. And then the interviewer said, no problem, no problem. And then she said, I think that's more police stuff. And then the questioner said, okay, but was it like out of his behavior? Was it like out of his behavior to go on a trip with her and then just leave her somewhere? Like has he done anything like this ever? And then Cassie said, no, I mean, no, nothing like this has ever happened before. And then the questioner says, but I'm saying he doesn't really have, does he like have the personality where he would? And then Cassie said, no, he always does the right thing, like in the body cam. He cooperates with the police. And he's a wonderful uncle. He's always been there when I need him. He's been there every time that Gabby needed him. And then when they asked her about the body cam footage, she said it looks typical of both of them. Whenever they fight, they take a little break and come back and be fine, because that's what you do in a couple. You sit there in the mountains together. Okay? So there's a lot to unpack there. I could make a whole separate video on that. Okay. Now, I want to leave just a little bit of time at the end here to see some of what you guys are saying. And in the meantime, I also want to show you this. So I know that some of you were like, why didn't you do Melon Boy? I did this one, obviously, Micro Melon Manhunt, because if he is guilty, which we're yet to prove, but if he is, even if he just, if there's DV going on, I'm just like, Micro Melons are the only ones who can do that. So Micro Melon Manhunt is on, okay? That merch is available. But for those of you who wanted the Melon Boy ones, here it is with the FBI number on the front. You got stickers, you got cell phone covers, you've got everything you could possibly want from this range. I've made it all available for you all proceeds will be donated to the Gabby Petito Foundation. The foundation will obviously help in cases like these in the future. So, Melon Boy, that's what's there. Right, you see it? Okay. And then, what is the other thing I wanted to show you? There was one other thing, which I think... Is it here? 1 second. Nope, sorry. We got the mod squad. Never mind. Never mind. We're all good. Okay. Hit the like button. Carve it up. So what do you guys think about all this? The locations. Do you think there's any chance that the murders could be connected in any way? I just find whoever it is. I mean, this is why we brought up the other guy who escaped as well. I mean, he was sort of around Utah camping and all that. There was that camper with all the weapons in his tent. There's a lot of weird stuff that went on here at the time. But people of Moab, it's a very close-knit community, have just said they haven't had homicides since like the 90s, even though there's been missing people in Utah in general. But Moab, homicides not since like 1996. And then Brian arrives and there's bodies showing up. 4. Kylen, Crystal, Gabby, and Robert Lowry. But we still yet to find out what happened to Robert Lowry. Yeah, 0 deaths. Now there's 4. Connected, absolutely. He stopped at her house on the 1st and 3rd. Yeah, definitely on the 1st. Yeah, it makes you think twice, right? Don't know if Rose was in Wyoming at the time. She said she never made it out there, so that's what she said. Circus with a lot of people involved. I mean, it's just, wow. It's all just so close. It's just so crazy to look at it like that. So if we look there, here, I'm making as if you guys can see this. My bad. If you look at it, it's just bizarre. Actually, I don't like the word bizarre anymore, and you know why. He said on Instagram he loves melons. Yeah, he did. That's why. That's why we call him that. Yes. Could that escape or Brian have done it? Okay, yeah, watch the replay anytime. I just look at all these points and it's interesting to me, especially given the time that they were there. I mean, if we look at even from the 12th to the 29th, a lot of bodies showing up in that time. Very weird, right? I mean, they only discovered Robert Lowry now, but he's been missing since August 20th. I can't believe that this chat is on slow mode and subscribers only, and it's still like, wow, any missing persons or any other missing persons on their road trip. I mean, that would be interesting. There are pictures of Brian's sister at Teton with them. I want to see that. Please email it to me. You see, Rose Kitty, did Gabby ever have the virtual court date? I don't think so, because I don't think that the police checked on them the next day or saw. We don't know, but there's no follow-up. I don't think there was a follow-up. Hey, welcome to all the Forest Grizzlies. Definitely. Welcome to all the Forest Grizzlies. I think it's this that I wanted to show you. I mean, this might be at the end. We are near the end. I just want to show you this quickly. So for those of you seeing all these pop-ups and you're wondering what the hell is that? It's this. It's welcome to Grizzly members. These are the membership options you get on this channel. Forest Grizzlies, Mountain Grizzlies, and Bear Cave Super Grizzlies. These are all the perks you get. That's why you can see they use very special emojis designed by me. All your names will be highlighted if you are a member of the channel. And then, of course, from Mountain Grizzlies and up, you get extra content and extra video every single Friday. There's already one video up there for you if you wanted to see it, where I speculate just a little bit what the tattoos of the police officer could mean. That tattoo on his hand, remember that? Yeah, all 4 bodies in the same area. So yes, welcome to all the new members. I really appreciate you so much. Looking forward to making you some content as well. Who's to say Gabby didn't witness Butthead murder the young man or the two women and she freaked out or said something, right? That's what we can speculate, because this is like, it's oddly close. I mean, it's just odd to think. This still freaks me out. Like, there's the body cam point. There is Moab, where it's like, wow, Brian gets taken back to stay there. And then on the same night, well, on the 13th is the last time Kylen and Crystal were seen alive. Brian was checked into the motel, allegedly on the 12th and 13th. And no one hears from them after the 13th. It's just awfully close. And then, as we saw, there's here, in case you guys wondered what that one of the subscribers said earlier, Porcupine Rim Campground. This is one of them that Gabby had pinned to go to. So what if they went there? It's not that far. It's on the way, actually. Wow, Ken. Damn, okay. You never know. Brian's attorney was a cop for 20 years before he was an attorney. Really? He had 2 tattoos, mountains on the side of the right hand and the vines on his finger. Yeah, Rick, I don't know, I missed something there, but we're talking about the police officer's tattoos. You know that, like, it was like 3 dots and anti-clockwise. It was so weird. He went camping in Snake River while Gabby stayed back at the van, right? Also, did you know that Ted Bundy has also obviously did a lot in Utah, and that he was also suspected? He talked about Snake River. Ted Bundy himself talked about freaking Snake River. I actually could maybe find it here. Maybe not right now. Okay. But Ted Bundy was also in that area. Like, this is so weird. Like, sometimes I feel like Brian is such a, possibly, speculatively, allegedly, a wannabe serial killer, because he was reading all these books about them. We've got Lullaby, we've got The Revenant, we've got all the Chuck Palahniuk, I still don't know if I'm saying it right, all those books that he just soaked up. But also Ted Bundy being around Snake River, you just don't know if he was into that as well. I mean, yeah, maybe. Thank you, Steven. So that's pretty much, I'm done with my presentation, pretty much. That's what I wanted to show you guys today. I couldn't believe how close the wedding venue was. That shocked me, of exactly how close it was. You know, to think, Maptime, to think that here is the wedding venue where that witness, which she was a little bit excited, right? If you're gonna see something and something bad happens after, don't be excited when you have come forward as a witness. Okay, it's not drama. It's people's lives. Like, sorry for saying like so much. Move on, Gisela, move on. But the wedding happening here with 100 guests, and they are murdered right here. Wow. They also said that Kylen was found in the creek, a 2-foot wide creek, and that her limbs were, like, you know, bent in a weird way. That's so strange. Like, it's so strange what happened to them. We need justice for them, and more light needs to be put on this case as well as all the other ones, other missing people, other murdered people. So to think that they were going to camp, Gabby and Brian were going to camp here, it was pinned. Here's where Kylen and Crystal died. The wedding was happening right there where the witness saw them at Tex-Mex restaurant on the 27th. So that's weird too. And I mean, Moab's right here. It's just crazy to think about all these possible connections. Got Salt Lake City, the Fairfield Inn. And even here, to me, this was like, wow. This whole thing with Jackson Hole and Brian freaking out, and then to see like how close Robert Lowry's body was found. I mean, we'll still find out exactly what happened to him. And again, this, man, what on earth went on here? We will find out. You know, the van being found here and Gabby Petito being found here. Wow. It's a very traumatizing case. There are a lot of cases a lot of cases are traumatizing. This one is especially gripping and traumatizing. So please look after your mental health as well. I know a lot of you are, it gives me shivers of how close they are. I know a lot of you are deep down this rabbit hole as well. Okay, you're in it. You're in it as much as I'm in it. We're all in it because it's confusing as hell. There are so many layers. There are so many weird things. And there's so many lies. You know, some people say, you know, could he be a serial killer? At this point, I think he could be. However, the problem I have is that all the family helping him is facilitating a process in which he looks more intelligent than he may be. Do you know what I mean? Like he would maybe not have been so well hidden without anyone's help. See what I'm saying? Where, yeah, the guy was in the woods, the bar, right? Yeah, or Happy Halloween. Yeah, he seems too soft, but then again, it's usually weak ones, right? So Ken, Jeffrey Dahmer was also like that. He was a soft little dude. I mean, he really, Jeffrey Dahmer fooled all the police all the time. They were in his apartment when he had a body in his bedroom. They walked a 14-year-old boy back into his apartment because of how soft and sweet and convincing he was. So never underestimate how soft and sweet a serial killer could be. A lot of them are. A lot of them are very charismatic and popular and narcissistic and blend in well. What did the parents do with all the contents in the van? That's my question. I get so angry with that because why? Maybe it's still in evidence, but the point is, why can't Gabby's family get her stuff back? Get her stuff back. The stuff that was at the laundry's home that belonged to her and the stuff in the van, even the van. I get maybe the van is probably not part of evidence, but I'm sure everything is. But like, I really hope that they get her stuff back because they definitely seemed very sad about it. That when they asked at that memorial, do you have any of her stuff back yet? And they're like, not yet. Not yet. I don't know about you, but my core be shaking. I'm feeling traumatized because this is all, it's just a little bit, it's a lot of coincidences, you know? So, by the way, here, finally, I can see a Jenny Lake overlook. Hold on. Let's move me out the way, shall we? This is where Gabby and Brian were allegedly seen around the 25th. They're at Jenny Lake. And if you look at the restaurant, it's also so weird that it's there. So they were seen here around the 25th. And around the 20th, this guy goes missing right here. And that's where his body's found. 25th, they're here. 27th, they're back here. And then on the 29th, Brian is freaking out to go to Jackson. Damn. Okay. He was laughing, being buddies with the police. He was so happy that they blamed Gabby. Well, Gabby's the one upsetting Craig, right? Oh, he was happy. So was Jeffrey Dahmer. So was Ted Bundy, who pretended to be a cop. So was John Wayne Gacy, who pretended to be a cop. As you know, I'm a true crime author. Deep dive. Those I used to deep dive, of course. I still do, but like all these like serial killer cases, which is probably why this case grabbed my attention, because I'm like, are we dealing with a serial killer here? Like 2021, like van life, social media. I think that's what shocks us all. If you look at the Chris Watts case that I was doing before I started talking about this case on this channel is only 3 months old. So like, damn, welcome everyone. It's been a ride. I've had to think on my feet and get everything sorted out real quick. But if we think about Chris Watts, I think the shocking thing about it was that Shanann put her life out there on social media that way. And I mean, this is the same now. It's like we can literally, how can this happen? It's not like some like secret like relationship that no one knew about. It was on social media. And he even tried, and I believe failed miserably, to maintain the social media, trying to do her posts for her and stuff. I'm sure the FBI can pull receipts of the night of the restaurant to see if Brian was there using Gabby's card. I'm sure they could pull a lot of things that we can't pull right now. Wow, Diane, I'm so sorry to hear that. If anyone, sorry, hold on. Yeah, first-hand knowledge of narcissism. Oh man. Yeah, strong intuition. gotta go with your gut. I mean, that lady who found Kylen and Crystal went with her gut. She said she had no idea at first where to start, where to look, and she followed her gut instinct. She was thinking of her mom who had passed away, and she's like, I'm gonna find them, and she did. I was just gonna tell you guys, if you see this, because it's not my usual, it's like a strawberry drink from the Netherlands. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I think this case, when I first looked at it, and I'm like, that's interesting. And as things unfolded, and as the parents and everything, all these layers, I'm just like, whoa, I need to deep dive that, because this sounds like the making of a freaking serial killer. And it also feels like when I wrote the book on Eileen Wuornos, sometimes some of the things were a little dragged out because it had commercial value. So movie deals were already being made before Eileen Wuornos was even sentenced to death. So I'm just saying, what if speculatively a lot of things, the swarming around the swamp, we don't know. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not attacking anyone. I'm just saying we don't know if it's all a lot of hype, and maybe they already have him. One of my amazing mods actually pointed out that Brian already has a criminal number assigned to him, which is 00113 CR 00113 00 Melon 113. So, but yeah, the fact that he did so badly not want to go down back to Jackson, which is where the fight happened on the 27th, where this man disappeared on the 20th. He's just like, no, get me out. Which I said before, I think it was more to just get out of there and try to get back to camp. You know? But what in the heck was going on here? I hope we'll find out for our own peace of mind, not because we want the graphic details. I see some people are like, give me the details. We don't want graphic details. We want to know what happened here so that we can understand this case as human beings and know, what can we learn from this? What can we do better? And I hope that everyone watching this case, everyone busy with this case and in the rabbit hole, I hope that you're all in it to learn from it and to know that if you see something like a couple fighting like that, call the police. Call help, get help. Don't just leave it. You know what I mean? So, if you see something, say something, as they say. Oh, yeah, Cassie's interview. I did a mini dissect yesterday. The video was up from yesterday. It's all in the playlist, but I get what you mean. Oh, yeah, Ronna. That family, and they don't know what happened to them though. Is that the family, right? When there was a family found near Yellowstone National Park, I believe. Dead. It was like mom, dad, kids, and dog. Dead. No one knows what happened to them. They have no idea, right? I didn't get the update on that, but I saw that. That's another one. I know, right? K, hey, he never had any marks on him. Brian Laundrie's inmate number, or it's CR, criminal number, 00113, I believe it is. Leave him with me for 10 minutes. Yeah, DV is happening all around us. If you see something, then do something, right? Exactly. We have to. I mean, I don't know if you guys are like that. You think I'm like a little detective? You should see me out in public. If I see something, I'm either getting involved or I'm saying something. I'm very quick to call the po-po over here. The number here in the Netherlands is 112. If I see something, I'm like, right, dial up. Speaking the best Dutch I can, like hello. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't see that troll, but thank you. Thank you for bringing that to our attention, Rose. Sure, so that was a lot to unpack. I hope that you guys enjoyed the presentation. I mean, it only took me all day to prepare. I don't mind at all. I absolutely love preparing this stuff for you guys. But you know how sometimes, I've said this before, when it's like Christmas Day, you prepare the meal for like 24 hours and then everyone eats it in like half an hour. It feels a bit like that sometimes. We're like sitting here and making this. And then you're like, damn, it's over. I feel a bit of like nostalgia when it's over. But don't worry, we'll continue. I'll put more things on the map. We'll carry on. I just wanted to really look at this and definitely shine a light on Kylen and Crystal because they need answers too. We need to know what happened to them. I really hope that they find out what happened to them. Who shot them? Because they were definitely shot. And I guess if, speculatively, a gun was involved in the murder of Gabby Petito. Whew. We're going to relook at this map then, huh? Oh my word, we hit 1,000 likes? Damn. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so, so much. Right, so it has been 1 hour and 4 minutes. I'm going to be heading out. Don't you all worry. Grizzly the snitch. Thank you. Panna Puma. You guys have seen her art featured on some of my thumbnails. Amazing artist. Check it out. Thank you so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. I'm going to leave the outro and an end slide for you guys so that you can still chat to each other. I'm going to watch the replay later and just make sure I didn't miss anything major. Thank you so much to all the super chats and super stickers. Thank you for everyone who's buying me coffees. Oh my goodness, you guys are amazing. The PayPal supporters, look, I got the headphones and who knew it would match my jacket? Damn. Thank you. Did I miss anything? Super chat, super stickers, PayPal, buy me a coffee. People buy my books and the merch. And just subscribers. Thank you to all the subscribers, for everyone who hits the like, for everyone who comments. I mean, you're all amazing. Thank you so much. I really am loving this community. You guys are the best. You make this an amazing experience for me as well. I mean, it happened pretty quick. Didn't expect that. Damn. But we'll keep it going. I'm very excited to, of course, always bring you quality content. As my mod says, quality over quantity. I'll always strive to bring you quality content and to really think, you know. I'm not just going to bring you stuff just to pump out content. I'm just going to really think about things. If you want me to, do you want me to make a separate video of the transcripts of Cassie's interview? Let me know. Thank you so much. Looking sharp, huh? Looking sharp. Thank you. I love you all too. I can't believe it. Damn. Thank you so much. So I'm going to play the outro now. Remember, one more time, if you want to get the Melon Boy merch, I know some of you find it very disrespectful. I'm not disrespecting the case. I just am not really... I don't really have a problem, as you know. We don't know if Brian's guilty yet or not. Okay, I get it. But Melon Boy, he called himself that in a way because he said he loves melons more than anything. That's all he needs in life is melons. It's so hydrating. That's why we call him that. I don't want to always call him by his name at this point, okay? It's triggering sometimes, given the nature of even how Gabby was murdered, you know. So anyway, if you want to get this, all proceeds will be donated to the Gabby Petito Foundation. I will keep you posted on how we're doing with that. It's until October 31st, and we are already in October. Isn't that amazing? Damn, time flies. So, thank you so much. Look at what Gabby and Brian were wearing. I want to mention one more thing before I go. Apep Jones, don't you guys find it quite amazing, you know, how someone pointed this out in email today? Can't remember who, because there's so many emails, but thank you. But Brian was wearing the exact same clothes in those last two posts of his as he was in the Moab body cam footage, which I know he dated it similarly, but like, did he literally go check into the motel and then go hiking? Probably. He probably did. Thank you. I appreciate every single person who's been here watching. I appreciate all my mods. Thank you again. And my channel members. I hope you enjoy all the perks you get, all the emojis that I made myself for you. They're not standard emojis. I designed them for you specifically. And I'll see you in the next one, okay? Ashley Banfield? Well, I typed it out, yeah? I don't have a link. I just typed it all out from screenshots that you guys, who are amazing detectives, you saved the screenshots. You guys are amazing. Like, damn, subscribers be saving screenshots in case they go away, right? Yeah, it won't smell as fresh when it's found. So, get Ashley Banfield to email me, grizzlybooks.truecrime@gmail.com, okay? Thank you so much. I'm going to put my outro out now. Have a wonderful night, look, or afternoon, wherever you are, or morning. I don't know where you are at. No. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. And I'll see you in the next one. Much love to you. Mental health. Remember that. Self-care.